I panicked. I am 64 years old, and this is the moment I've been dreading for 11 years. My daughter Jennifer was sitting across from me in a downtown Portland lawyer's office, smiling like she'd just won the lottery. In a way, I suppose she thought she had. The lawyer, a sharp-dressed man named Mitchell Barnes, slid a folder across the polished mahogany table. Mrs. Peterson. My client has compelling evidence that she maintained consistent involvement in Lily's upbringing. Given the recent financial developments, we believe a custody reassessment is warranted. Lily, my granddaughter. The little girl who couldn't read until she was 12. The teenager everyone said would never amount to anything. The young woman who just signed a $2.8 million recording contract 3 weeks ago. I looked at Jennifer. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Let me back up. It was March 2014 when Jennifer dropped Lily off at my house in Northeast Portland. Lily was 7 years old, small for her age, with tangled blonde hair, and eyes that couldn't seem to focus on anything for more than a few seconds. Jennifer stood on my porch, mascara running, her hands shaking. I can't do this anymore, Mom. She's impossible. The school called again. She can't sit still. She can't read. The testing costs a fortune. The therapy costs a fortune. The special tutors cost a fortune. Derek and I, we're drowning. We need to start fresh. Derek was her husband. He stood by the car, arms crossed, jaw set. Jennifer, she's your daughter. I know. And that's why I'm bringing her to someone who can actually help her. She turned to leave, then looked back. We'll figure something out. We just need time. That was the last time I saw her for 11 years. The next morning, I took Lily to the kitchen table for breakfast. She pushed the cereal box away, grabbed a pencil, and started drumming on the table. Then she hummed. Not random sounds, but something with melody, with rhythm. What song is that, sweetheart? She stopped immediately, looking scared. Sorry. Mom said I'm too loud. You're not too loud. I just wanted to know what you were singing. She studied my face, uncertain. I don't know. It's just in my head. That was day 1. By day 30, I had answers I wished I'd gotten 6 years earlier. Lily had dyslexia, ADHD, and something the neuropsychologist called auditory processing gift. Her brain couldn't decode written symbols easily, and she couldn't sit still because she was literally processing the world through sound. Every noise, every rhythm, every frequency. Mrs. Peterson, Dr. Sarah Chen told me in her office at Oregon Health Sciences University, Lily's brain is extraordinary. She hears patterns others can't. Music theory that takes most people years to understand? She intuits it. But traditional schooling will be torture for her. The evaluation cost $2,000. I pulled from my retirement savings. Jennifer didn't return my calls about splitting the cost. I took Lily out of regular school and enrolled her in a charter school that specialized in alternative learning. She started piano lessons with a teacher who let her learn by ear. She started drums because she needed to move while learning. She started voice lessons because, when she sang, her whole body calmed. The first year, it cost me $18,000. My teacher's pension covered our living expenses, but the therapies, the lessons, the specialized care, I sold my car and bought a used Honda. I canceled my cable. I stopped eating out. But Lily was humming again. By age 9, she could play piano pieces that should have been beyond her level. By age 11, she was writing her own songs, dictating lyrics to me, because writing them herself took too long. By age 13, she had her own YouTube channel where she posted original songs she performed in our living room. The comment section was vicious sometimes. Why doesn't she just read the lyrics? This girl clearly has issues. Maybe invest in some actual lessons? But there were other comments too. This is hauntingly beautiful. How is she only 13? Someone sign this girl now. At 15, Lily asked me something that made my heart stop. Grandma Maggie, why doesn't Mom ever call? We were sitting in the small music room I'd carved out of the guest bedroom. Her keyboard, her drum pad, her microphone, her recording equipment, most of it bought secondhand or saved up for over months. I could have lied. I could have said her mother was busy. that she loved her, that she'd call soon. Instead, I told her the truth. Your mom found you hard to love when you were different. And that's on her, not on you. You are not hard to love, Lily. You are extraordinary. And someday, she's going to regret every single day she missed. Lily nodded slowly. Then she said something that still echoes in my mind. Can I record you saying that? For when I forget? So I did. I sat in front of her phone camera, and I told her every day how proud I was, how talented she was, how her brain was different, but different meant special, how she was going to prove everyone wrong. She kept those videos. All of them. At 16, Lily went viral. She'd posted a song called Letters Dance about her dyslexia. Within 48 hours, it had 3 million views on TikTok. Within a week, her phone was ringing off the hook with agents, producers, label executives. I vetted every single one. I sat in meetings, asked questions, read contracts. Some of them treated Lily like a product. Some of them talked over her when she asked to see things in larger fonts, or asked them to explain terms out loud, instead of showing her documents. But there was one woman, Monica Reeves from Summit Records, who sat down with Lily and said, "Tell me how you need to work, and we'll build around that." We signed with Summit 6 months later. 17 years old, Lily signed a 2-album deal worth $2.8 million, with accommodations written into the contract, audio explanations of all documents, extra time for written materials. No pressure to read sheet music she could learn by ear. The first check hit my account, our joint account, on a Tuesday. On Thursday, Jennifer called. "Mom? It's Jen. I heard about Lily. I'm so proud of her. I'd love to see her." My hands went cold. "You want to see her?" "Of course. She's my daughter. I've always loved her. I've just been going through things. But I'm in a better place now. Derek and I split. Actually, I have an apartment in Beaverton. I'd love for Lily to visit." I didn't believe a word. "Let me talk to Lily and call you back." When I told Lily, she was sitting at her keyboard, headphones on, working on a melody. She pulled the headphones off slowly. "Mom wants to see me?" "She says she does." Lily looked at me for a long moment. "Do you think she knows about the money?" "Smart girl." "Yes." "Good." Lily's voice was calm. Too calm. "Tell her I'll meet her. But tell her I'm bringing you." The meeting was awful. Jennifer showed up with her hair done, makeup perfect, acting like she'd just been on an extended vacation. She hugged Lily, who stood stiff as a board. "Oh, honey. You've grown so much. I've been following your music online. You're incredible." "You've been following me?" Lily's voice was flat. "Of course. I've always believed in you." That's when I knew it would get worse. 2 weeks later, the legal papers arrived. Jennifer was suing for partial custody, claiming she'd been an active parent who'd temporarily entrusted care to grandmother, while stabilizing finances and mental health. She was also seeking a percentage of Lily's earnings as compensation for emotional support and encouragement provided throughout minors' developmental years. I called our lawyer, Patricia Kim, the same lawyer who'd helped me get legal guardianship 11 years ago when Jennifer never came back. "Maggie, this is serious." She submitted documents, receipts for gifts she claims to have sent, screenshots of text she says she sent you with updates on Lily, bank statements showing transfers she claims were child support. That's impossible. She never sent anything. I know, but she's fabricated evidence. And she's got Mitchell Barnes representing her. He's good. Very good. The preliminary hearing was scheduled for 6 weeks out. I spent those weeks barely sleeping. Lily, on the other hand, seemed eerily calm. "Grandma Maggie, I need you to trust me." "Of course I trust you. I mean, really trust me. When we get to court, let her talk. Let her lawyer present everything. Don't panic. Lily, they might take you away from me." She took my hand. "They won't. I promise." The courthouse in downtown Portland was cold and imposing. Jennifer sat at the plaintiff's table with Mitchell Barnes, wearing a modest navy dress, looking like the picture of a concerned mother. Our lawyer, Patricia, looked worried. The judge, Honorable Ruth Delgado was in her 50s with sharp eyes that missed nothing. Mitchell Barnes stood first. Your Honor, my client Jennifer Peterson is here today to right a wrong that has persisted for far too long. 11 years ago, during a time of profound personal crisis, Miss Peterson made the difficult decision to temporarily place her daughter Lily in the care of her mother, Margaret Peterson. This was meant to be a short-term arrangement while Miss Peterson received mental health treatment and stabilized her financial situation. He clicked a remote, and a screen lit up with what looked like text messages. As you can see, Miss Peterson maintained regular contact with both her mother and daughter. These messages, spanning several years, show her asking about Lily's well-being, sending encouragement, and expressing her love. I stared at the screen. I'd never received those messages. Furthermore, Your Honor, we have bank records showing regular transfers from Miss Peterson to Margaret Peterson. These were child support payments, totaling over $40,000 across the years. My mouth went dry. That was a lie. A complete fabrication. Miss Peterson has now recovered. She has stable housing, stable employment, and a deep desire to be reunited with her daughter. But more concerning, Your Honor, is that recent events have made it clear that Margaret Peterson may not have Lily's best interests at heart. Patricia stood. Objection, Your Honor. That's inflammatory and baseless. I'll allow it, Judge Delgado said. But make your point quickly, Mr. Barnes. Your Honor, 3 weeks ago, Lily Peterson signed a multi-million-dollar recording contract. Margaret Peterson is the account holder for all of Lily's finances. My client has concerns about financial exploitation of a minor by a guardian with sole control. I felt like I'd been slapped. Jennifer dabbed her eyes with a tissue. She was actually crying. Patricia stood. Your Honor, may I present our evidence? Please do. Patricia pulled out a folder. These are school records from Lincoln Elementary and Jackson Middle School showing that Margaret Peterson was listed as the sole emergency contact and guardian from March 2014 onward. Jennifer Peterson's name was removed at her own written request. Here is that request, submitted by Miss Peterson herself. She projected the document. Jennifer's signature was clear. Furthermore, here are statements from Lily's doctors, therapists, teachers, and music instructors, all testifying that Margaret Peterson has been the sole caregiver and advocate for Lily. Not one of them has ever met or spoken to Jennifer Peterson. Mitchell Barnes stood. Your Honor, my client was dealing with severe depression. She may not have been able to be physically present, but she maintained emotional and financial support. Your Honor, Patricia said, we'd like to call Lily Peterson to testify. Lily stood and walked to the witness stand. She looked tiny in the big chair, but her voice was steady. Miss Peterson, Patricia began, do you remember your mother Jennifer Peterson visiting you at any time between March 2014 and last month? No, ma'am. Do you remember receiving any phone calls, letters, gifts, or messages from her? No, ma'am. Has your grandmother Margaret Peterson been your primary caregiver? My only caregiver. She paid for everything. My school, my doctors, my therapy, my music lessons. She sold her car for me. She went without things, so I could have what I needed. Mitchell Barnes stood for cross-examination. Miss Peterson, isn't it true that you recently came into significant money? Yes, sir. And your grandmother has access to all of that money, correct? We have a joint account, yes. Don't you think that's convenient? That the person who has controlled your life for 11 years now has access to millions of dollars? Lily looked at him calmly. My grandmother has had access to every penny I've ever earned from my YouTube channel for the past 5 years. It's been direct deposited into our joint account. The total is approximately $87,000. She has never taken a single dollar for herself. Every cent went to my education, my health care, or our living expenses. I can show you the statements if you'd like. Mitchell Barnes paused. That won't be necessary, Your Honor, Lily said. May I present something? Judge Delgado looked surprised. What would you like to present? Evidence that my mother's claims are false. Patricia looked as shocked as everyone else. Lily pulled out her phone. Your Honor, I'd like to play a video. May I connect to the courtroom display? Proceed. Lily connected her phone. The screen filled with a video of her, age 7, sitting in my living room. The date stamp read April 2014. In the video, little Lily's voice said, "Mom left me with Grandma today. She said she'd come back, but Grandma said I'm staying here now. I don't understand why Mom doesn't want me." Jennifer's face went white. Lily played another video. Age 9. It's my birthday. Mom didn't call. Grandma made me a cake. Another one. Age 11. I got accepted into the Academy of Arts. Grandma paid the full tuition. She sold her car. I asked why Mom doesn't help. Grandma said Mom needs to help herself first. Another. Age 13. I went viral today. I wonder if Mom will see it. I wonder if she'll be proud. Probably not. Another. Age 15. Grandma told me today that Mom found me hard to love. I recorded Grandma telling me I'm not hard to love. I'm going to keep that forever. Lily paused the video. Your Honor, I have 143 videos like this. I started recording them when I was 7 because I have ADHD and I forget things. I wanted to remember. I wanted to document my life. Every birthday, every achievement, every doctor's appointment, every music lesson, I recorded the important moments. My grandmother is in all of them. My mother is in none of them. She pulled out a laptop. I also have something else. Your Honor, I've been learning about digital forensics for a project I'm working on. When Mr. Barnes showed those text messages earlier, I noticed something. She pulled up a screen. These messages claim to be from my mother's phone number, sent between 2014 and 2020. But the metadata shows they were all created last week, using a text message generator app. The timestamps are fake. The entire conversation was fabricated. Mitchell Barnes shot to his feet. Your Honor, I object. This is. Be quiet, Mr. Barnes. Judge Delgado's voice was ice. Miss Peterson, are you certain? Yes, Your Honor. I can show you the forensic analysis. I've been working with a software engineer on a music project, and he taught me how to verify digital authenticity. These messages are fake, all of them. And the bank transfers? Judge Delgado asked. Lily pulled up another screen. Those are also fabricated, Your Honor. I called the bank this morning. There's no record of any transfers from my mother to my grandmother. The account numbers don't even match real accounts. These are Photoshop documents. The courtroom erupted. Judge Delgado banged her gavel. Mr. Barnes, did you verify any of this evidence before submitting it? Mitchell Barnes's face was the color of old oatmeal. Your Honor, your client provided falsified documents, and you submitted them to this court. Miss Jennifer Peterson, stand up. Jennifer stood slowly, her perfect makeup starting to run. Did you create false evidence to present in my courtroom? Your Honor, I was just trying to answer the question. Yes or no? Yes, but there is no but. You falsified text messages, fabricated bank records, and committed perjury in front of this court. Mr. Barnes, I'm sanctioning you for failure to properly vet evidence. Miss Peterson, I'm holding you in contempt. Bailiff, take her into custody. Jennifer started crying. Wait, please. I just wanted to see my daughter. You wanted money. Judge Delgado said coldly. You abandoned your child when she needed you, and you returned only when she became profitable. The petition for custody is denied. The claim for financial compensation is denied. Margaret Peterson retains full legal guardianship. Furthermore, I'm issuing a restraining order. Jennifer Peterson, you are not to come within 500 feet of Lily Peterson or Margaret Peterson for a minimum of 5 years. She looked at Lily. Young lady, I am very impressed with your preparation and your strength. I wish you all the success in the world. Thank you, Your Honor. As we left the courtroom, I was shaking. Lily took my hand. Grandma Maggie, are you okay? You knew. This whole time. You knew. I've known since I was 7 that I had to protect myself. And I knew since I was 15 that I had to protect you too. You saved me. I wasn't going to let anyone take that away from us. I stopped in the courthouse hallway and hugged her. When did you get so smart? I learned from the best. 2 months later, Jennifer was sentenced. Contempt of court, attempted fraud, perjury. She got 18 months probation, 500 hours of community service at a youth center, and had to pay our legal fees, which totaled $43,000. Mitchell Barnes was suspended from practicing law for 6 months, and Lily released her first single under Summit Records. It was called Permanent. The lyrics went, "You can't build a bridge with 11 years of nothing. You can't buy back time with lawyer fees. I'm not your lottery ticket. I'm not your redemption. I'm permanent with the one who stayed with me." It went platinum in 6 weeks. The music video featured home footage, real footage of me and Lily over the years. Me teaching her to cook. Me driving her to music lessons in my old Honda. Me in the audience at her first real performance, crying with pride. The comments section exploded. "This is the most beautiful tribute to a grandmother I've ever seen." I'm sobbing. This is what real love looks like. Parents who abandon their kids and come back for money deserve everything they get. 3 days ago, Lily did something that made me cry all over again. She'd set up a nonprofit called Stay With Me Foundation. Its mission was to provide financial assistance to grandparents and guardians raising grandchildren with learning disabilities. The first donation was $1 million from her own contract signing bonus. "Grandma Maggie, you sold your car for me. You gave up everything. This is me giving back. Not just to you, but to every grandparent out there who's doing what you did." We were sitting in our living room, the same living room where I'd first heard her hum a melody 11 years ago. The same living room where she'd recorded those videos. The same living room where she'd taught herself piano on a second-hand keyboard I'd bought for $300. "You didn't have to do this," I said. "Yes, I did. Because you didn't have to do what you did. But you did it anyway." Last week, we got a letter. It was from Jennifer, written from the youth center where she was doing her community service hours. "Mom and Lily, I know I don't deserve forgiveness. I know I destroyed everything. I just want you to know that working with these kids has shown me what I threw away. I'll never stop regretting it. I'm sorry. Jennifer." Lily read it once and filed it away. "Do you want to respond?" I asked. "Maybe someday. But not now. Right now, I have an album to finish." She sat down at her piano, not the second-hand one anymore, but a beautiful Steinway she'd bought last month, and started playing. I stood in the doorway, watching her. This little girl who couldn't sit still, who couldn't read, who everyone said would never amount to anything. She was writing a song called Different Means Special. And she was right. I'm 64 years old. I raised my granddaughter when no one else would. I fought schools, doctors, and a legal system that didn't always understand us. I gave up my savings, my car, my comfort, and I'd do it all over again in a heartbeat. Because some things are worth more than money. Some things are worth more than convenience. Some things are worth everything. Lily looked up from the piano. "Grandma, want to hear what I wrote today?" "Always." She played, and I listened, and I thought about all those people who said she'd never make it. They were wrong. We both made it. Together.